Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Solid Solutions, where we motivate, encourage, and inspire. Today, we're going to be talking about something might not be for everybody. Could be, but it might not be. So, I want to talk to you about retirement. And this may hit home to those of you that are 50 plus, and those of you that are below 50. I'm sure there's some helpful information in what I'm going to say that may be able to help you too. But I'm specifically talking to the group of people who are wanting to retire, who are ready to retire, who are thinking about retiring, but you don't have the funds, you don't have the money. Now, it may not be your fault. We know that, when life is lifing, life is lifing. So, you may have had savings. Maybe you have a 401k set up at your job, or maybe you have a job that offers a pension plan. Um, Maybe your job doesn't offer anything at all, and you're around that age to where you're ready to retire, or you're thinking about, getting prepared to retire, and you just have no funds, don't know where to start. You're scared, you're worried, you're feeling guilty because you're not where you thought you should be at this time in your life. Well, don't let it scare you, because you do have options. So, um, if you look around, let's just say you're, I don't know, 60, 58, 60, 61, somewhere around in there, and you're starting to look around to say, okay, hey, what can I do at this point? Most of the information that you may have researched is basically talking about investing and saving when you're 20, 30 years old. So there's really not a whole lot of information out there for people who are 50 and over. So what I did was, I researched in a different direction, and I wanted to find out what could people that are in that 50 plus bracket do. So there's several different things we can get into here. So I may be kind of all over the place. Just stay with me, just follow me. It'll all make sense in the end. And then there's some options as well. So let's go back to lifing. Okay, like I said, you may have had a nice little nest egg saved up, and then a life event may have happened. There may have been a loss of a loved one. You may have lost your job, and you may have had to live on your savings. You may have kids that are in college, and maybe that has exhausted your fund. You may have gone through a divorce. Um, you know, Things happen, taxes, the economy. There's all kinds of issues and reasons. Or maybe you just didn't have the financial education that was going to help you prepare you for this time in your life. Again, it is not too late. So when I started researching to find out what could, 50 plus do in situations like this. Now, if you have money already saved up and you're going to do well in your retirement, that's great. This may not be for you, and it may be, something you can do as an extra, uh, as extra protection. So we know that when you reach 62, you're eligible for Social Security. Well, if you have no savings set up for your retirement, Social Security is not going to support you in your retirement years. It's just not. It's just not going to be enough for the majority of people 50 and plus, 50 plus. So what I did was, I'm going to go back to the research. I was on TikTok, and I was just kind of surfing around, just kind of seeing what was out there. Everybody is selling something, and I just kind of went through the different lives just to see who was selling the live shows, just to see who was selling what they were talking about, what was going on. And I came across this lady, and shout out to Paula J. She was talking about um, this extra way to make income. And so she was talking about this course that she had signed up for that was helping her. make some additional income. Now her profession is marketing. If I'm correct, her profession was marketing, digital marketing. So this was something that she has experience in. She knows how to build websites. She knows how to do all of these things that have to do with digital marketing, internet, online stuff. And so she was just kind of talking, and it wasn't a whole lot of people in the live, which is what I kind of prefer, because when people are asking questions, if it's too many people in the live and everybody's asking questions, you miss the questions. She misses some of the questions, not able to answer. So it wasn't that many people in the live, so I was able to actually talk to her one on one. So she was asking the question, um, what do you what is it that you want to do? How would you want to make extra income? Do you want to make extra income? If you do, what do you normally do in your daily life, in your work life? What do you do? So we just got to talking this, that, and the other. And so I ended up signing up for this course because I wanted to see what it was about. So I signed up for it, and um, it was is life changing. It is life changing. Now, I'm not fixing to get on here and try to sell you this course. I am going to tell you what the course does, what it what it's doing for me, what I am getting out of it, and you can just make your own decision. But caveat here is that I already had digital products in place. I already have items that are created. I've done ebooks, I've done guides, I have courses. My background is financial education, helping people budget, helping people with credit management. I do that at my job, and I also do that as a side business. I also write ebooks on different subjects, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So anyway, I signed up for this course and just kind of was looking around in there, and this is what blew me away. Now there are several different courses out there that you can take. There's free courses that you can take. You can get online and you can learn about just any subject that you want to learn about. The thing is, once you learn about that little piece, that is it. That is all you get. You don't get anything more than that. Now you may learn something, yes, given. You may learn something. But with this course, what I found was that one, they have these modules set up inside of the course that touch on every single thing that you could possibly need to touch on that has to do with digital marketing. How to start a digital marketing business, how to set up your store, how to get products, where to put the products. They also have, and I mean step by step, there is a module. If you need to know, how do I set my store up, there's a module that says setting up your store. If you need to know what happens in the first 2 or 3 days that I get started with this course, there is a module, day one, day two, day three, what this looks like. They have a module for everything. Not only that, but they also have this community group that you're automatic. Now you get all of this within the course. Okay, you're not paying for the community. You're not paying for the modules. Everything is included in this course. Again, I'm not trying to sell you the course. I'm just telling you what it has done for me, and then you can make up your own mind. Okay. So also what it does is with this community, it's like a chat community, and you can type in whatever question you have, and people are so willing to get on and give you the answer, or tell you what's working for them, or tell you, oh, you're doing a great job, but just tweak this and you might see a little bit more, more action. So it is very friendly community. Everybody is willing to help you. There are people that have been doing this for years that are doing great. It's people that just started yesterday that have questions. Everybody is welcome. Your questions are welcome. The help is readily available. Then what else they do is they do these daily calls. They do calls for beginner onboarding. If you just signed up for the course, there is a call for you. Um, these are Zoom calls that you get on. They have calls about the different products that they can direct you into what you want to try to do. There's calls about that. There's a question and answer at the end where you can ask questions. They actually answer your questions. They give you all of this information that is going to further help you in the direction that you're trying to go. Another thing that it offers, I believe it's 24 different streams of income. And these are not streams of income that are things that you have to have experience in, that you have to have a degree for, that you have to, be all knowledgeable about. You can be a beginner and not know nothing about these subjects, and there is step by step help to get you on track and get you on board to start making extra income. So this is just a few of the things that the course has available, and I have taken advantage of what they have to offer. And at first, I kind of felt a little bit like a dummy, to be honest, because I felt like my questions were very basic. But I'm a very outgoing person, and when I have a question, I just ask. So I say, you know what, it's sink or swim. I'm just gonna ask. So I just put the question out there, and I mean, all these people just came back with these responses to help me get on track and to figure out what it is I'm doing. Because there are times where, when you're trying to set your stuff up, that you may just feel lost. It's like, okay, brick wall. What do I do? So they are very helpful. Get on the chat, ask the question. They will jump in and help you. One of the things they do offer is they offer you a store. They offer a store where you can put all of your digital products. They also have an affiliate link that you can use that further helps you make income. You can have outside digital products like myself. I have one, two, three, four, I believe 5 ebook guides that I have in that store. They set the store up for you for free. You don't have to do anything. All they need to know is the name that you want to use, a little bit about yourself, what colors you like, and boom, that's it. They set it up for you. You don't have to do anything. There's no maintenance when it comes to that. The only thing that you will be doing is just adding if you have separate digital products that you want to add to that store, you will add those yourself. But again, the step by step is so simple, and there is a module for that. So just about anything that you need is inside of this course. I hate calling it a course. I'm going to call it a program, because it is a program. And within the program, there are courses. And there's so many courses. And then something else that's really nice about this is that if someone starts a stream of income and they are very successful at it, they have their own modules that tell you step by step what they did to help them become more successful. So a lot of the modules are from people who are actually doing whatever specific stream it is and telling you what they did step by step to make that a success. That is very helpful because it is real. It's real people that have real experience that are telling us how to. So, but let me give you a little backstory about the course. The course was created by these two sisters, and one of the sisters, they had an online presence. One of the sisters did faceless videos, and the other sister did video, in-person videos, on-screen videos. And the one that did the faceless, I think, was more of an introvert and really just didn't want her face on camera, but she did very well doing what she was doing. And so, from my understanding, they took this course to find out, how to do what they were doing, and they were able to learn what they needed to learn. But as they were going along and trying to develop their business, they ran into all these different roadblocks and challenges, things that the course they took did not offer. So all of the roadblocks and the brick walls and the challenges and problems and issues that they ran into, once they found the answer and figured it out and it started working for them, they say, you know what, we are going to create this program to where if anybody wants to start digital marketing, we will have all of the information all of the answers that they need to help them get started. And that is exactly what they did. And they did it on such a grand scale. Um, I am very impressed. I do have experience in marketing, just a little bit in digital marketing. Um, but my career experience is in customer service. I over I know I'm gonna age myself, but over 30 plus years of customer service. Very people facing person. I do mentorships. I do self discovery courses and classes and sessions. And I do, again, earlier I was talking about the financial counseling. I do financial counseling to help people create budgets. And I know people think budgets is like saying the B word, but it really isn't. Um, I help them with credit management, and I also um, do seminars as well to talk about financial education. It is something that is very needed, is something that is very important, especially in this economy with things being the way they are. A lot of people just did not bounce back from the pandemic. And, I try to help people, just get their finances back on track or just help you reach your financial goals, whatever they may be. I do not do anything that has to do with investing. That is more for a financial advisor. I'm not an advisor. So yes. And also, talking about retirement, again, it's very scary when you don't have any money in place. Let's just be honest. The money is just not there. What do? It's scary. And then, Sunday comes and you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got to go to work tomorrow and do this all over again. I should be retired. I want to retire. I'm ready to enjoy my life at this age. I'm ready to enjoy my life. And, you just have that angst about, having to continue to work when you're ready to really enjoy your life at this time. Your kids are grown and gone, and, you just want to enjoy your life. So, again, if you want to know about this course, if you want to just review, click around in it, just to see what it's about before you make a purchase, if you make a purchase, you can do that as well. You can visit my website. It's solidsolutionsstudio.com. And also my ebooks are there. A lot of people are scared of AI. That's another thing. AI is here, y'all. It is not going anywhere. You're gonna have to learn how to use it. Don't be afraid of it. Everyone is so afraid of it, and social media has a lot to do with that. These movies have a lot to do with it because you see these AI characters that go rogue, and then on social media you're seeing these AI videos, but nothing is bad unless you use it for that purpose. So learn about AI. Check out my ebook on the basics of AI. Learn about what it is, what it's used for. Use it. Take advantage of it and use it to help you make additional income. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Also, I have an ebook about your finances to help you get back on track. Just some information. It's just a guide, some information that will help you. If you don't want to sit down with a financial counselor, if you don't want to do debt consolidation, and be very careful with these debt consolidation companies, you guys. Do your research. Just do your research. That's all I'm going to say. Check out my ebook on the finances. So yes, you can. I also have one on digital marketing as well. So just check it out. Check it out. My website is solidsolutionsstudio.com. That is solidsolutionsstudio.com. I am going to be on TikTok doing some lives shortly, but in the meantime, I'll probably just be posting snippets of these different videos. So check out the website, and I'll talk to you guys later. So my solid solutions for you today is go to my website, solidsolutionsstudio.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your day.